Hello, welcome to Liz Rocks and Stuff. I'm Liz, and this is episode 130 of What's in My Tumbler, starting off with Obsidian again. Now, this Obsidian is in stage 3.5, which is 1000 grit, and it is going into final polish this week. So, the first thing I'm going to do here is get all of that previous slurry rinsed off. And then we are going to check and inspect for chips and breaks. And still having... I need DaVinci to push out an update that fixes the issue with Windows 11 with the audio thing that I mentioned 2 weeks ago. I'm not the only one with this issue, I have found, but there isn't a fix for it. So, recording things the hard way now. Anecdote, my dog is dumb. Little personal story. She is a little brave with the deer here, and there's one in particular that she harasses, and she's gotten stomped by it. We witnessed it. She got chased down and stomped by the deer, and she's not learned her lesson. She still harasses the deer, so we gotta watch her, or she's gonna eventually have to learn that you don't mess with a deer that's got babies. Anyway, so this... I was inspecting to make sure nothing is chipped or broken, and then we are going to put this into a soap cycle. So it's needs a tablespoon of ivory soap, which I forgot to put on and closed everything up. So we take the top off. We're gonna get the ivory soap in there, and then put it all back together. It was cold the morning I was doing this, so yeah. This did tumble overnight because I had a lot to do the day that I was filming this, so I didn't get back to the stuff in time. So it tumbled overnight, which is what most people do anyway. It's fine. And so we're going to now rinse it off in even colder temperatures. My hands were freezing by the time this was done. And we just put it all back in the barrel. And then once that's all back in the barrel, we're going to put in the water. And when the water is done, then it's going to get a tablespoon of borax and a tablespoon of final polish, and that's going to be ready to go next week. So that's exciting, which means I should have the footage I need to make my Obsidian only video. It's going to be for tumbling Obsidian and other soft rocks because it's all pretty much the same process. All right, so South Dakota chalcedony. This is Decal. It is in stage 1 still. So we are going to rinse these off and then check them all to see if they are ready to go into stage 2 yet. They are not, because they're hard and they take a long time to tumble. And I've already put in some filler rocks in here, so you'll see some of my pink opal. There's some, I think, even the yellow and green opal in here, a couple pieces of quartz, as I do the inspections, see if anything's ready. I think there were a couple pieces that were ready to move on, but I'm not paying too much attention to the filler rocks I've put in. Honestly, they're filler, but if they get ready and polished in the same batch, then that'll be a bonus. So, there were a few pieces that were ready to move on. This batch is sort of starting to come along, but I feel like we're still pretty long way from having a batch ready for stage 2. So we're just gonna look through these. I am also being somewhat picky. I'm trying to treat this... I would like one day to do the rock tumbling competition. And that is some fierce competition. My rocks, how I tumble them normally, would not do well. So I'm trying to push myself, see if I have the patience to actually tumble things until they are perfect and smooth. And I'm finding that I'm very impatient. So this is a tablespoon of borax and 3 tablespoons of stage 1 grit, and this is going back on the tumbler. And Iolite, this is a retumble of Iolite because it did not turn out well the first time. I don't have any guesses as to how this is going to turn out this time. I have not checked it at all, so I don't know what it's going to be. But we're going to get it rinsed off, do a quick inspection. There's not very many of these rocks, and they're fairly small. So, yeah, we're going to just check and make sure nothing is chipped or broken, and then move on with this into the final polish for this. I'm trying not to talk too much over the ASMR parts. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to dump everything back in, and then once everything's in there, we're going to do water and a tablespoon of ivory soap, because this is going to get a soap cycle. And for some reason, I just used the slowest setting of water to fill that up. Anyway, so tablespoon of ivory soap, and then this is going to go on the tumbler for, again, overnight, because I got busy. Once that's off the tumbler from its overnight bath, we are going to rinse it off yet again. And once it's rinsed off, we're just going to throw it all back in the barrel and put it into final polish. Final polish is going to be a week-long tumble, and it's a tablespoon of borax, and in this case, again, a tablespoon of final polish. But that is because this is a 1 pound barrel, and it only needs 1 pound of polish in a 1 pound barrel. I did have somebody ask me about that, which is why I'm kind of reiterating the reasons that I'm doing the amounts that I'm doing. I don't say that often enough, I find. I think I just do it and then forget that I have people that haven't watched me before or enough to know why I do things the way I do them. Finally, we have Feldspar. This is salmon Feldspar, and this is in stage 1, and it's the same story as the chalcedony. It is taking a while in stage 1 because it's a harder rock, and that's fine. And these are also very small rocks, so there's a lot of them, so it's going to take me a while to get through the sorting, but that's okay because I have stuff to talk about. Since this is the last barrel, I'll bring it up. Every year, if you followed me for a while, I do rock advent calendar opening videos. If you don't watch them, then you don't have to listen to the rest of what I have to say, but if you do like those videos, I'm asking for input. So the first year I did them 2 years ago, I filmed 6 individual videos where I opened 2 boxes, and I did 4 doors on the advent calendar for each box in each of those videos. Last year when I did it, I did 1 long video of each of the 2 that I opened. So I have, again, 2 boxes this year. I have a really cheap one, and then I have the nicer National Geographic one. Do you want me to do, like I did last year, 2 individual videos of each one? Do you want me to do 1 video every day for the entire Advent, December 1st to the 24th, opening 1 in each of the sets in each of those videos? Do you want me to just break it up into like 12 or 6 videos like I did the first year? Do you want me to just do 1 big long video where I open all of both boxes all at once? Do you have a preference? If you don't have a preference, it's fine. I'll figure something out. I was leaning more towards doing the 24 shorts, opening 1 door in each one each day. But that might be too much. Some people just might want to see what's in the box and get it over with. So let me know if you actually do have a preference for how I film those videos. And I'll probably go with whatever anybody says. If there's a majority or even a single opinion, that's probably the way that I'll go, because I'm undecided on it. I don't have a preference, but I want to make sure that people actually want to watch that video, or the videos that I put out. So if I do 1 a day, it'll be a short, obviously, and not a long form video. So if you don't watch my shorts, then you wouldn't see that one. If you don't know, I do publish 4 shorts a week minimum, which is just the ASMR version of this video anyway. So if you don't want to hear me talk, you can watch my shorts. Anyway, so this is the Feldspar, and I'm going to pat it up with some quartz that I want to retumble because it looks terrible. And then a tablespoon of borax, 3 tablespoons of stage 1 grit, and this is going back on the tumbler for another week. So that's my video this week. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. And if you have a preference on the Advent calendar videos, let me know.